Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, and I'm joined with Connor.
Hey guys.
We're going to talk about Jean-Claude Van Johnson, which is part of Amazon's pilot season. So they've put out a bunch of pilots, which may or may not be picked up to series in the near future. So this, as with all pilots, we'll start spoiler free, and we may be going into some spoilers at the end, but you'll be warned before we do that. This stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, as you may expect, playing himself in a kind of spoof where he is secretly also a secret agent who goes by Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
And always has been.
And always has been, yes. It is full of references to his movies. It is full of him making fun of himself with.
It's full of cliches to his style of movies as well.
Yes.
Just from that era in general.
I'll keep it in spoilers, in the spoiler section, but there's a cliche that's brought up early on that's then brought up again in the fight later on that really cracked me up.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun.
It was fun, wasn't it?
I, you know, this is the second Amazon pilot that was shot in 2.4:1. Very wide, cinematic. It almost starts like a really serious drama with him waking up and being miserable and like, oh, this rich lifestyle, it's not for me. Everything's got JCVD printed on it. And then, but the love of a woman who's like 25 years younger than him draws him back into the business.
Yeah.
The business being the secret agent stuff. The movie star stuff is just a cover for the secret agent stuff. You know, like he needs to go to Bulgaria. I think it is. Was it Bulgaria? I don't know.
I
Whatever.
think it's Bulgaria.
Was it Bulgaria?
Yeah.
And so the cover is that the movie he's shooting is in Bulgaria, but he actually goes and makes a movie as well. Like he's actually filming scenes for this movie during the day. But no, it was a lot of fun. It was funny. It was Van Damme's actually a lot more talented as an actor than a lot of people probably give him credit for.
Yeah.
He does a really good job with this stuff.
The thing is, this is utterly ridiculous and completely stupid, but it's so fun.
Yeah, it, it's it, it's almost like My Name Is Bruce, but with just a slightly more bittersweet drama to it. But we're
Mhm.
still keeping a lot of humor. It's still really funny. Like it's not taking itself ridiculously seriously. Are you familiar with My Name Is Bruce? Do you know why I'm saying that?
Yeah, I know of it. I've
Yeah,
never seen it.
yeah. That's Bruce Campbell playing himself, and
Yeah.
but he gets caught up in a real horror thing in the movie. Well, this is a little bit different in that it's implying that he was always into real secret agent stuff.
It's cool that.
Yeah, so that so yeah, it was a lot. I think we probably have to go into spoilers at this point. What I really want to do now is talk about some of the fun ways it takes these
Yeah,
movies and
it's
these cliches and flips it on its head.
there's really not much to say that's spoiler free because it is just it's so simple at its core.
It is, and it sets up what the show's going to be about without it being too on the nose. Like I'm not sure exactly what the season long plot will be, other than him trying to like win over his love
Yeah, maybe it'll be
interest.
various movie, like a different movie each week.
Yeah.
Well, I say
Which
week.
would be kind of ridiculous in and of itself that he's going through this many movies.
Well, yeah, but maybe they're not week to week.
True, true.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's very self depreciating humour, which I'm always a fan when an actor can make fun of themselves, and Van Damme's very open to it.
oh yeah, like there is no pull punches in this.
Yeah, so full spoilers from this point on for Jean Claude Van Johnson. Um, so the two big jokes that really and what I think is really cool about this is when it comes to the jokes, it's not just about oh that was funny, haha. They're usually quite, at least in this first episode, there was a good bit of intelligence to them
Yeah,
into
they're
why.
surprisingly clever, aren't they?
Like they used them to advance the plot in a weird
Yeah.
way. So one of the ones I loved was early on. He's talking about the movies that he's made in narration because he narrates it at the start,
Mm.
and he talks about Time Cop. And I actually really like Time Cop, by the way. Time Cop's a good little B
Can't say I've
sci-fi
seen
movie.
it, but
But he brings up Time Cop and then he compares it to Looper and he says it's like Looper only a million times better. And later on, there's a random joke where he's sneaking about in the base, and there's this other guy who looks exactly like him with the fake beard on, and he tries to tell him that he's him from the future. And the guy says, "But no. Time Cop told me that two people like, from different times, the same person, can't occupy the same space, or disaster." Which is a big plot point in Time Cop. That's like one of the big rules in Time Cop. And Jean-Claude Van Damme, in order to try and convince this guy he's actually from the future, tries to tell him that the science from Looper is in fact the better science and is the one that makes sense. That is really good. It's a really well set, because what's great about it is the joke at the start's just funny in and of itself. He brings up Looper and says, "No, my movie's 100 times better." But it actually
million
times better. But it sets up an even better joke later on when he has to begrudgingly praise Looper for being better.
It's then after the guy's like, "Nah, Time Cop's a much better film," and he's like choking him out. He goes, "You have good taste in movies." It's so good.
So good. The other one I like is the hipster douchebag director.
Oh my god!
Who's making
no,
this?
No, before we even get to that, the ultimate hipster stuff, the dry ramen.
Oh, the dry ramen restaurant.
Oh my god! I wanted to punch that guy so hard.
Yeah, that was really silly.
That was like peak hipster.
It was funny though when he thought it was we thought it was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "I'm retired," but not like just kind of fake retire like Nicolas Cage, like retires like, "Man, I thought you were Nicolas Cage."
And then who was it he thinks he is after that? He's trying to guess who he is.
Oh, I can't remember who the second name he pulls out, but there's someone else random.
Yeah.
But no, so they set up this other joke with the director, where the director's like, "Oh, this choreography's great. Like, your fighting style from the 90s where everyone comes in one at a time, that's silly. Like, that's not realistic. No one would do that." Sure enough, later on in the base when he gets caught and everyone's like there's this whole gang of like guards and whoever,
and they go to charge all
evil,
together.
they all go to charge all together, and then the kind of leader in the middle says, "Wait. Let's not go all at once. We'll be chaos. We'll run into each other one at a time. One at a time." Oh my god, I
was in stitches.
Like, I was enjoying it for the first half. Like, I thought it was good, and I was into it, and I liked the plot. But it was that second half where these jokes came back and like really paid off. Where I was like, "Oh, this is actually really smart the way they're doing this."
It's like I said, if the whole half hour had been just a bunch of those jokes like the first half, it still would have been pretty good.
Yeah, I'd enjoyed it. It would
have been enjoyable.
Yeah.
But then the fact that they actually take the stuff that there was before and make it something better, and they give you such a good payoff.
Yeah.
You don't see that all that often.
Yeah. And Van Damme gets the shit kicked out of him. He fails to do the splits, which he's obviously known for because of the whole trucks moving and all that. But then, of course, he gets his mojo back and he
takes them all out. And then he does the splits and does a dick punch.
Yeah. And that's basically your pilot. The other agent woman who was trying to win back, gets annoyed because he kind of stands her up because he gets, he gets delayed fighting all the guys.
It's because he had to go in because he left his script with his
name on.
That's
true. Yeah, you're right. He had to go back because he left his script. Which again, him sitting practicing his lines in the middle of like a secret operation, like when he's not supposed to be there, is amusing in and of itself.
I think what's funnier is you can imagine, like 20, 30 years ago when he was making all these movies, you can imagine him doing these missions, sitting there practicing his lines.
Good fun. Like, I hope, much like The Tick, I hope this gets picked up. I am so down for this, especially since both of those shows are going to be very binge watchable, and they are because they'll come up at the same time because that's what Amazon do with most of the shows. So like another 9 of these to binge watch. Yeah.
Oh yes, please.
Give me them. Like, yeah, that's
a solid good day there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even that taxing on us to do a review of a binge watch of that because it's like it's like 4 hours, 5 hours done.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, easy.
As long as they don't pop on the same day.
Oh, you mean both shows? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obviously, if both shows pop on the same day, we'll spread it over the 2 days. We're not complete, masochists. But, I really like that. Jean-Claude Van Johnson, if you're a fan of Van Damme or action movies from the 80s and 90s.
Or just a fan of fun.
Yeah, or if you just like this style of comedy, I think you'll have a kick out of this. So, that's Jean-Claude Van Johnson. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. Helps us out a lot. Thanks very much for watching. We will see you next time.